Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the proposal that is being considered by government where it is considering to withdraw the army from the Kashmir, especially the hinterlands of the Kashmir Valley. So we will try to understand this particular video that what is this proposal all about and what is the rationale behind this particular step of the government. But before that, let us try to understand the context of this particular issue. So almost 3.5 years have passed since the Union government has revoked the special status that was granted to the region of Jammu and Kashmir amid deployment of large additional troops. It is currently discussing the proposal to withdraw the Indian Army completely from the Kashmir Valley hinterland. And if this proposal is approved, then Army will have presence only along the line of control as far as the region of Kashmir is concerned. If we talk about the statement given by the officials in the security establishment, they have said the proposal to withdraw the army from Kashmir hinterlands has been under discussion for almost 2 years and has now reached what we can say is the advanced stage. And both Union Ministry of Defense and Union Ministry of Home Affairs, along with obviously the other stakeholders such as the Armed Forces of India and Jammu and Kashmir Police, are presently discussing the proposal. So if we try to understand the overall strength or presence of army in Jammu and Kashmir, as far as the official figure is concerned, we can see that almost 1.3 lakh personnel are present in the entire region of Jammu and Kashmir. And out of this 1.3 lakh personnel, almost 80,000 are deployed along the border of India and Pakistan. Not only that, apart from the army personnel, 40,000 to 45,000 personnel from the Rashtriya Rifles, which is a specialized counter-terrorism agency that was established somewhere in the 1990s, also have been given the task or mantle of conducting such counter-terror operations in the hinterland of Kashmir. So let us try to understand briefly that what are Rashtriya Rifles. So Rashtriya Rifles, also called as National Rifles or RR in the short, it basically is a counter-insurgency force that was formed somewhere in 1919 India, basically to serve in the region of Jammu and Kashmir. Not only they try to maintain the peace, but they also try to maintain the public order by drawing the power and mandate given to them under the Armed Forces Special Power Act of 1990. Basically, Rashtriya Rifles was raised by the Indian Army by reconstituting of its two corps of almost 75,000 troops. Now, it is not only the Indian Army and Rashtriya Rifles that have the responsibility of ensuring peace and security in the Jammu and Kashmir Valley. But apart from that, there are some other central armed police forces also are present there, such as if you look at the strength of Central Reserve Police Force, they maintain a strength of almost 6,000 personnel in the valley. And not only that, to maintain the domestic law and order situation, they are basically accompanied with Jammu and Kashmir Police, who has total personnel strength of 83,000. Not only that, apart from that, few other companies from some other central armed police forces are also deployed in Jammu and Kashmir regions, whose strength varies from time to time depending on the requirement or need of the situation. Now, what is the reason that the government is considering the proposal to withdraw the army from Jammu and Kashmir hinterland? What is the main basis behind this particular idea? So, first of all, the first reason or logic by which we can understand this decision is to ensure that, or not only ensured but also claim normalcy in Kashmir, not only claim it but also make it visible. Because after the withdrawal of special status, government is trying to make sure that people understand that the situation in Kashmir has drastically improved, especially law and order situation, security related situation, and maintenance of peace is much more prolonged in these days. So to make it visible also, withdrawal of army will play a very important role. Second reason can be given on the basis of data and fact. If you look at the data released by the Ministry of Home Affairs as well as Ministry of Defense, we can see the terrorist violence incidents as well as killing of security personnel in the Jammu and Kashmir region have reduced by almost 50% if we take into consideration the time period after year 2019. Not only that, the stone pelting cases has almost vanished from the region and law and order situation is largely under control. And if such drastic improvement has actually already happened, then a large presence of Indian army in the hinterland would basically be a contradiction, would basically sit oddly with the claims of normalcy that the government is making. So that is why we can say, to make sure that the normalcy is not only claimed but also it is visible to general public, the withdrawal of army is being proposed. So the next question that automatically comes into our mind, that what will happen to the Jammu and Kashmir region after army withdraw itself from that area. So first of all, Army will withdraw by handing over the mantle of counter-terrorism operation in the hinterland to Jammu and Kashmir police. That means whatever has been the responsibility of Indian Army till now in these areas, that responsibility will be delegated to the Jammu and Kashmir police. However, present problem is that at the current moment, the Union Territory Police, that Jammu and Kashmir Police, is not being viewed as fully prepared and having the wherewithal to replace the army on its own. That is why after the army is able to withdraw from this region, CRPF will also be placed there to fill the void that has been left by the army. And overall, after that, the responsibility of maintenance of peace and security of the region will rest on the shoulders of both Jammu and Kashmir police as well as the Central Reserve Police Force. So how, if the plan is executed, will be executed, and what are the steps and what are the proposals that are being considered by government? So the first proposal is that maybe the army should not be withdrawn completely at the same time from all the areas, but first they should be withdrawn from a couple of districts where peace is much more, peace has been there for a long period of time, or where situation is not so dangerous and threatening, such as Anantnag and Kulgam region. Depending upon how the results come, further steps toward more withdrawal can be taken by the government. Second proposal is that we should remove the Rashtriya Rifles to the Indian Army in 3 phases and gradually replace them with Central Reserve Police Forces Battalion. And in this step, the plan is to reduce the 63 battalions of RR by 2 companies each, where each Rashtriya Rifles has 6 companies now. The third proposal is also that not to completely allow army to withdraw itself from the Jammu and Kashmir region, rather decrease the strength of the army in that area, and also do not remove Rashtriya Rifles completely, but decrease the number of battalions that is stationed in that area. And army, if we believe the defense sources, is already planning a resizing of its core strength in this particular region. So the question comes that what has been the role army has been playing in the Kashmir Valley? So first of all, as far as the counter-terror operations in the Kashmir Valley is concerned, it was carried out by the Indian Army, and obviously they are also being provided support of CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir Police. However, Army has had the primary role in not just stopping infiltration of the border, but also thwarting any terror attacks and eliminating militants who were present inside the Kashmir, and this responsibility will be carried by the CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir Police. It did this with Jammu and Kashmir Police and BSF till year 2004 and 5. Later, after 2004 and 5, the BSF has been replaced by CRPF and local police, because BSF has been given the sole responsibility of ensuring security at the border or border management along the both India-Pakistan as well as India-Bangladesh border. So what can be the benefits that government can expect from the withdrawal of army? So obviously, first of all, it will prove the point of government that situation has drastically improved in Jammu and Kashmir region. But not only that, also many experts believe that army basically is meant for major tactics and to be used for the battles or wars that can happen in the future. And thus, by continuing to deploy the army units such as Rashtriya Rifle units for such a long period of time to tackle the internal security threats, to tackle the internal security duties, basically experts believe it is kind of bleeding the army units. And thus, Rashtriya Rifles has been excellent in the valley, but all the units of Rashtriya Rifles also are attached to the infantry units of Indian Army, and thus many experts believe the time has now finally come to send them back to its core duties of ensuring the security at the border and to make themselves and to prepare themselves for any battles or war that may occur in the near future. So these are the certain benefits that obviously government can expect from the withdrawal of the Indian Army. So I hope you understood about this particular issue that is going on in news these days. We still have to wait and see that what is the final approval that government gives in this particular regard. Till then, I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you very much.